What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Raga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing the weekly reading for the week of December 1st through December 7th. I can't believe it's December already. My goodness, where did time go? I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving weekend or week, whatever you want to celebrate. And, last week's reading actually was pretty true for me again, and I got a lot of work done despite having to do a lot of family stuff and spending time with family. So it was a productive week for me. I hope last week was a productive week for you. And we're going to set our sights forward now onto the first week of December. And we're going to do the 3-card reading. Today we're going to be using the Celtic Tarot. I got a new little tarot mat, so it's kind of got a Celtic type theme to it. So I thought, why not use the Celtic Tarot? And then we'll pull a oracle message at the end. I forgot to do that last week, so don't let me forget again, okay? So before we do that, we're starting a little tradition here, and that's getting into the tarot reading mode by doing a little singing bowl action. So if you want to, close your eyes and get centered with me as we listen to little singing bowls before our reading. Alright, I'm in the mood for tarot. Let's get into it, and we're going to look at the first card here, which represents the overall energy of the upcoming week. And we've got the Fool card. Give me a moment to go into this card. Yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward reading of the Fool card. The message I'm getting here is that it's time to start a new adventure. It's time to start a risk. Take a risk. You don't start risk. Time to take a risk. Time to maybe tread into new territory. I think this week is a positive week for this kind of energy because we have the backing of the cosmic force, the cosmic universe behind us in this endeavor. So if you've been looking to start a new art project, if you've been looking to maybe get a new job, this could be a big step in your life. This could be a small step, maybe starting a new hobby or talking to a new person or going to a new place to eat. It could be small for some of you. This is a general reading, and so it's going to apply in different ways to different people. So take whatever this means for you. How can you expand your horizons this week? How can you take a new chance? How can you go in a new direction? And, oftentimes the reason we don't do it is because we feel fear, right? Change, going to somewhere new is scary sometimes. I remember the first day of school was always a very difficult time for me because I'd get very nervous and anxious before school would start because I didn't know what to expect, right? I didn't know if any of my friends were going to be there. I didn't know if I was going to like my teachers. I didn't know if I was going to be able to find my classes. So I'd be very anxious and nervous. And, that just stems from fear of the unknown. But every single first day of school, right, by the end of it, I was like, wow, that was pretty good, right? Every single time, those fears were unsubstantiated, right? The fear comes from not knowing. And so if you do feel fear, realize that it's stemming from not knowing, not because it's based in any actual thing to be fearful of. Does that make any sense? I don't know if I explained that correctly. Okay, so don't have any fear about starting something new this week. And if you do have it, fight through it because it's unsubstantiated. It's not going to turn out to be true, right? Like the first day of school was never as bad as I thought it would be. Okay. All right, let's look at this card, which represents what to hold on to this week. And we've got the Six of Shields. Give me a moment with this card. Again, pretty straightforward. Six of Shields reading. Be open to giving and receiving this week. As we move towards the Christmas season, if you celebrate that, or Hanukkah, or whatever you celebrate, Kwanzaa, I don't know. All of these holidays have kind of the similar energy of giving and also receiving. And I think as we move towards these holidays, it's time to start feeling that energy. It's time to start embodying that energy. And the reason is because we like receiving, right? Most of us, we like to get stuff. But what we don't understand sometimes, or at least many of us don't understand, is that in order to receive, we have to be willing to give. They are equal and opposite energies. And if you think of them like a circuit, right? In order for energy to flow through that circuit, it has to be open. So in order to receive in abundance, you have to be giving in abundance, right? If you're closed off to receiving, right? If you have this idea, is like, I don't deserve stuff. I don't, I don't need all this stuff. I don't need to receive, right? If someone offers you something and your first instinct is to say, no, I don't need that. I don't want that. You're kind of closed off to the receiving, which means you're not going to be able to give as much. And vice versa. If you're hesitant about giving, your time, your money, your energy, if you're hesitant about giving, then you'll be closed off to the receiving, and you won't receive as much. So if you like receiving, give more. If you like giving, receive more. And I think that's something to focus on this week is how can you help other people? And this is not just in financial terms, right? Though this is the shields or the coins or the pentacles energy. It doesn't just mean money. It could mean your time, your energy, your love, your attention, right? Your clothes, right? Give clothes, give food, give shelter, all those things. And it'll help open you up to the receiving of those things. Okay, let's move on to this card, which represents what to let go of this week, friends. We've got the Five of Swords. Give me a moment with this one. Okay. This week, don't think you know it all. We fall into this trap all the time. I do, especially as a spiritual being, right? In a world where most people aren't spiritual. I personally have this tendency to say, well, I know a little bit more than you. I don't think I know a lot more than you, but I know a little bit more than you, and I kind of see myself maybe as better, or I see myself as since I know a little bit more than some people, maybe I feel like I know it all. And I think this is something that's very dangerous. It's a trap that many people in the spiritual community fall into, is letting the ego convince you that you are more knowledgeable than you really are. I mean, the God's honest truth is that we don't know anything. Okay, we're just blind men feeling through a dark room, basically, on Earth here. So it's very important to be humble, I think, is what this card is saying. Don't look down on people because you think that you know more than they do, that you think that you're more spiritually advanced, or that you think you're more wise or more intelligent. Realize that every single person is coming from a unique perspective that is not your own, and they're coming with information and experience and knowledge that you don't have, and so treat everyone as equal in that respect. I think that's the message here for this week. Let go of this superiority complex that you may have. And again, this is a general reading. For some of you, this is going to be like, whoa, I do have that. So, for others of you, it's like, oh yeah, once or twice a day, I might do something in line with that. So kind of look at your life, look at your experiences, and as you go through this week, try to cut those out as much as possible. Try to understand that everyone has a valid point of view, and it may be different from yours, and yes, it may be wrong, air quotes, but it's still valid, and it's still something that you can learn from. Okay, cool. Before we go, let's look at the sacred, what are these called? I think they're called the sacred reading cards. I'm trying to find the box. Where is it? Don't worry about it. It's a sacred reading cards for now. And we're going to ask it what message it has for us this week. What message do you have for us this week? All right, and we've got us the Freedom card. Give me a moment with this card. The message here is, again, pretty. This has been a simple reading. I guess the Five of Swords, I didn't read that traditionally, but the feeling I'm getting here is this is going to be a week where we're going to be battling our light side and our dark side are going to be at odds. And, we all have a light side and a dark side in each of us. And I think navigating down the middle path is the way to ascension, is the way to nirvana, whatever you want to call it. We have to be able to look at our dark side and integrate that into the light side. I mean, there's no way around it, right? If you only focus on the darkness, you're going to be a psychotic murderer, okay? If you only focus on the light, you are going to be stagnant. You're not going to learn anything, right? The dark teaches us about the light. The light teaches us about the dark. And we need both of them. And this week is going to be about bringing those two aspects of you together and integrating them. And that will result in a freedom that you can't experience in any other way. Right? The light side of us wants to give and be abundant and help other people. The dark side of us wants us to be, we're the best, you're the worst, and I will dominate you, right? This week is about integrating this light side with this dark side. Let me get a pointer here. Here's my citrine. Integrating this light side with this dark side. And so it's difficult. It's not easy, and that's kind of the biggest challenge, in my opinion, of being a human being. I think that's what most of us are here to learn, is how to walk that middle path. So that's something to focus on this week, and realize that no one is perfect. We're all going to make mistakes. No one is totally evil, and no one is totally good. We're all shades of gray, and the idea is to find that perfect shade of gray that balances both sides. Alright, cool. That is the reading for this week. I hope you guys got something out of that. If you want a reading with me, you can do so through my Etsy site, my Etsy page. The link is in the description box below. And I hope you guys have a great week. We're going to send you guys off with some Tibetan singing bowls and just come out of this reading. And so thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoy this. Tibetan singing bowls. Here we go. Alright guys, thank you for watching as always. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.